That's Shedeur Sanders getting into it with tight end Zach Davison. Oh man, check it out again. It looks like it's crazy. Gets blocked into Zach Davison. Zach Davison actually led to it, but he ends up getting ejection and may even have cost him his spot. Welcome to the King Joe Show. I hope everybody's having a great day. It's your boy King Joe. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope everybody's having a good time. Let's go ahead and get into it. Do the right thing. Shiloh's WAIVED after what we just saw. Shedeur could be next. Michael MELTDOWN and Big D. We talking football today. It's the KD. King Joe. Let's go. Welcome to the King Joe Show. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I'm having a great day. We've been off a couple of days. First of all, before we even get started, I want to thank everybody for the well wishes, for the prayers. We lost a fantastic person in our family. Shout out to Micah. We dedicate this show to you. And to my brother, Antoine, who lost his wife last weekend. We legitimately had to, we took some time off, because of shocking thing that happened in our family, and just to be with family and loved ones. So for everyone that sent their love, their prayers, your thoughts, your well wishes, I want to say thank you to everyone that showed up to the homegoing celebration yesterday. It was amazing. So just to all you guys, man, thank you guys so much. I thank you guys for still rocking with me. Thank you guys for coming and not giving up. Because I know on YouTube, when you take a couple of days off or you don't come on as often as people think you lose subscribers. But you guys stuck with me, and I appreciate you. To all the Kingdom citizens, I appreciate you guys so much for the love that you've shown me and my family, and for helping change my life. I'll never forget it, okay? King Joe. Okay. Alright, now we got that out of the way. Let's go ahead and get to business. Now, I want to preface this show and start the show first by saying this. Let me go ahead and put out some of the flames and put this disclaimer out, because I already know what some people are going to say during this show today. And before we even get started and we go deep, I want to put out this disclaimer, right? This is not hate. This is not hate at all. Because we have to say that. Because anytime you're critical, or anytime that you point out certain things, or we say that certain things can be done better, it initially turns people, oh, you hate. It's not hate. It's not. What it is, though, is what we're about to talk about today is how we can learn for certain situations in sports. I always tell people in sports it's great to play football and to be a part of a sports team, because you learn life lessons. You learn situational lessons, right? You learn how to work together. If you're playing team sports, you learn how to work together in a team, right? And a lot of times the trials and tribulations that you get within sports, a lot of times are also are lessons that you can use to transfer into real life. Okay? So when we're talking today, and from the standpoint that I'm talking from today, we're talking from a standpoint of, hey, these examples that have happened on the field that we're going to talk about, especially the three with Shiloh, Shedeur, and Micah, these are learning lessons, not just because we have a lot of young people. Shout out to all my young people that show. And even some people my age. Y'all see the season so. Shout out to the young people that listen to the King Joe Show. We got a lot of young people. Our demographics go from really down to really down 18 to about 75. So we have a large demographic. We have a large area that we cover graphically during our show if I can speak correctly. But at the same time, even somebody my age with the silver hawk beard, right? With the salt and pepper beard, even somebody my age, middle class, you know what I'm saying, middle age, you know what I'm saying, and up, we still can learn these lessons because we still learn. Because you don't start learning until actually you leave the earth and you transfer, right? But this is the thing. It's a lot of lessons that we can learn in these situations. And really, to the younger people and to my generation, it's a lot of lessons that we can learn looking at what happened this past weekend in sports. And the reason why I took the title that's reference of the great Spike Lee movie, Do the Right Thing, is because I think that's the main thing that we have to learn this weekend. Continuously trying to do the right thing. Now, does anybody 100% of the time do it? No. Especially when you're in that age of 23 to 27, 28. You're still experimenting and trying to find out different things that you can do. But the people that normally does the right thing consistently and early, the further along they go. The better chance they give themselves of being successful in whatever walk of life that they're trying to accomplish. All right? And this is where we are here talking about the three young men that we're talking about today, who just so happen to be black. All right? There's just be some brothers, some young brothers, with some influence, with some popularity. You know, well, you know, they got a little following. And sometimes when those things happen and you have those followers, I was talking to somebody that was talking about victim mentality, right? Shout out to my brother that was talking about, hey, a lot of times when, shout out to Ramon. Ramon said, hey, a lot of times when cats have followings on social media, they lose the fact that they go on social media, they try to preach to the choir. That was dope, dude, so I was listening. But a lot of times during the times when you have a following and you have a large following, it seems like sometimes those large followings and those people that follow you sometimes can become yes men. Rather than be like, okay, we're going to hold them accountable. Right? And then you have to do something super egregious, egregious, for them to be like, we don't rock with you. King, why did you just take 5 minutes to talk about this? The reason is because what we saw last night dealing with Shilo Sanders, and we got to start there. Dealing with Shilo Sanders. What we saw last night dealing with Shilo Sanders was we saw a situation where he made a bad decision. And the crazy thing about that bad decision that we saw was he didn't start it. And this is the lesson I want to teach to the younger people. Sometimes your reaction can cost you. Sometimes how you react can cost you. It's Sunday, so y'all might as well get a sermon today. But how you react to certain situations can definitely cost you. And in this instance here, Shiloh's reaction to being punched, really punched in the face first, actually cost him his spot or an opportunity at a spot to play for Tampa Bay. And if you guys haven't seen it, this is what happened. Out today that Shiloh has been waived by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's right. They cut Shiloh today, being waived by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this is when I start to say, and this is what I'm talking about when I say, hey, these are lessons, life lessons. I was talking to my man Terrence and Ramon, and we were talking about it. And Terrence said, hey, Ramon said he took a loss. He took an L. And I'm like, yeah, he did. Terrence like, nah, he didn't take an L, blah, blah, blah. And I understood what Terrence was trying to say, but this is also what I was saying to Terrence. Like, listen, he took an L. He took a loss. Because of what he did, and because of his actions, because of what not understanding what was at stake. Right? And sometimes we get so heated in the moment, we forget what was at stake. We lose our minds a lot of times. And we forget really what's at stake. And somebody said, that's what David said, even without the punch, Shiloh was getting waived. Rip stream. Oh, he's back. I'm back. I'm here. Even if, at what was that, he forgot because of everything that's happening. In the heat of the moment, a lot of times when we get into these arguments, when we get into these fights, when we get into these disagreements, a lot of times we get so upset, we lose all inhibitions and we forget what really is at stake. And we act out. And when we act out, it becomes more problematic than it is a solution. In this situation here, Shiloh is responding to somebody, to Zach Davidson to be exact, really doing him wrong. Whistles blown. You continue going at me with the whistles blown, because Zach Davidson is trying to make a team too. So he's trying to show the exact aggression that he did. And he got exactly what he wanted. If you look at the video, he got exactly what he wanted. He got exactly what he wanted there. Look at him. He doing a little, you too small. He got exactly, look at him. He's getting pushing, the whistles blow. He's still pushing. He's still going. Because he's trying to make the team too. Shiloh reacts with a right. It's a nice right. But it was a stupid play. And watch the chat. Well, look at that. He's like, oh, that's on him. I ain't do nothing. I ain't do nothing wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. That's on him. It's not on me. I didn't do anything wrong. It was a stupid play. And now it has cost Shiloh a roster spot, possibly. Now, a lot of people say, like David said, even without the punch, he still was, David said, even without the punch, he still was getting waived. A lot of people feel like that, but this is what we do know, right? We do know this, that once he made the point, let's give a little background on this and why people felt like this. Shiloh was undrafted from Colorado. He signed with the Bucks and was real talk, and I agree with David, he was a long shot to make the 53-man roster. And then in the final preseason game, what we saw, he threw the punch at Bills tight end Zach Davidson that led to his ejection. After the game, they asked Todd Bowles, and Todd Bowles said that's inexcusable. Now, because people going to say, oh, it's racist. They being racist. And it's like, okay, but Todd Bowles is a black man. And Todd Bowles understands, hey, bro, you're an undrafted free agent that signed a contract. You can't be out here caught throwing punches. You're an undrafted free agent. You can't be out here throwing right hook. You can't do that. He understands, hey, it's a long shot you're going to make the team anyway. You've done all the right things. They've had nothing but glaring things to say about you on and off the field. But what you did there just hurt your team. You got ejected and they lost 15 yards. I think if Buffalo went ahead and scored then too. Not understanding the moment and overreacting to opposition. This is indeed an L for Shiloh. Without a doubt. But he's 25. He's young. I'm pretty sure he's going to apologize. He's going to do the hard work on his character and possibly land on the practice squad and show teams, hey, I learned from that mistake. Acknowledging the mistake is first. It's really the first step in showing growth. And growing is step 2. And this is the thing that as a community, as people, it don't matter what race you are, it don't matter what community you're a part of. This is just the thing to my listeners, my older, my younger, making the right decisions. I always tell my kids when they walk out, I say, hey man, if I see them, I always tell them, I say, I love you man, make smart decisions. I have to remind myself, because I made some dumb decisions. John, you made some dumb decisions, right? Yeah. We all do. Especially when opposition presents itself, you got to do the right thing. And in this instance, Shiloh didn't do the right thing. And when you have, and unfortunately, when you have all these cards that are stacked against you, you gotta do the right thing. Because if you don't, then the things that your haters and opposition says gains validity. So we see Shiloh, and this is a step back in his career, but we think Shiloh, we think he's gonna grow from this. It's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end all be all. And we go from this, and you can turn that L from a loss, let that L turn into a learning experience. And this really, and let's be honest, this is a bad weekend for Deion's sons. Only person that had probably a worse week than Deion's sons is Rampage Jackson's son. You know what I'm saying? but this is a bad week for Shedeur Sanders' son. Very bad week. And as we move on to the next person, we gotta talk about Shedeur. Shiloh got waived, and the question that we're asking now is Shedeur next? That's the question. That's the question we're asking. Is Shedeur next? Are they gonna cut Shedeur next? And if we look at y'all really listen. If y'all leave it out, y'all really gonna hate this one. This take here is not a good take, but it is what it is. When you look at Shedeur has everything. He has the look, he has the fandom, he has the stardom. You know what I'm saying? But what happened to Shedeur, something happened to Shedeur last week. And I think what Dillon Gabriel did to Shedeur last week really was telling. It was telling. Dillon Gabriel did the same thing his coach did. Like the same thing that the Ducks did to his coach did to his dad. He said, hey man, they got all the flash, but they ain't got no substance. When the flash doesn't meet execution, now you got to press. And what happened yesterday with Shedeur was he went out in the second half after Dillon Gabriel went out and balled. I mean, he went out and balled. touchdown, 11 to 18. Threw the ball well. Had control of the offense. They went out there and played well, which put pressure on Shedeur. Especially after last week's comments with Dylan Gabriel said, hey, man, some of us are entertainers and some of us are competitors. And we all knew that was at Shedeur. Shedeur knew that was at Shedeur. He tried to talk it off, be like, nah, you know, it's all good. Shedeur knew that was at him. We knew that was at Shedeur. You know, this little subtle jab, little subtle in the window that was started Shedeur. People like, oh, he didn't mean that. He was talking about the media. Nah. We ain't on ESPN yet, so we ain't gotta be. No, that was definitely a jab. It's too much of a coincidence that his coach said something similar a couple of years before. But Shedeur gets up there and he gets in the second half, and I say he stinks up the second half. In the last preseason game, Shedeur went 3 for 6 for 14 yards and endured 5 sacks. 5 sacks. 5 sacks. And you had a mixed bag of reaction. You had some that said, hey, he's with the third stringers. He's really QB1, but they didn't give him a fair shot. Then you got others saying, y'all just doing that because you like him and you biased. He really wasn't that good, and the NFL tried to tell you he wasn't that good. NFL tried to tell you he was a 5th round draft pick, and you guys didn't want to listen because he was popular, because he had the flash, because y'all liked him. Y'all wanted him to be something that he wasn't, which was a great quarterback. And really is a 5th round draft pick. That's what the argument is. You got other people say, hey, he really is a QB1. He just had a bad play. And they put him in with the worst lineup. They put him in with third string. They put him in with the third string players. And he wasn't playing with players while Gabriel had the first string and second team players that's actually going to play on Sunday. Shedeur had the guys that's probably not going to be on the roster on Sunday. Which kind of shows, I'm going to tell y'all, I'll be honest with y'all. It kind of shows like he really is QB4. He's QB4. He's 4th string. Some people say he had moved up to the 3rd string. No, he's QB4. Stefanski definitely showed you that he's still QB4. Definitely. When the hype is high, this is what you have to do. His last name and your last name brings scrutiny because he's a Sanders. You have people that are going to exaggerate your gifts and they're going to exaggerate your weaknesses. They're going to exaggerate your strengths and your weaknesses. Media voices of fans highlighting decision making. And then yesterday's performance, and once again, Deion Sanders kids, yesterday's performance gave ammunition to those who were legitimately on the line of scrutiny of he's not that. And while I agree he was playing with the third strings, he was playing with people that were fighting for roster spots, his offensive line wasn't the best. You know, because some people say, like, want to say that the guy kept saying step up in the hole. And I'm like, dude, these guys are getting beat off the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys, like, it's easy for cats to say that, but, well, step up in the pocket. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these DNs aren't taught to swim or spin, move back. You can tell people ain't never played offensive line. You know, because the first time you be like, well, look, he could have stepped up, like hindsight. Like, but you be like, yo, do you understand that Deion, that tackle? Listen, because somebody that played OG in college, right? And when I first got to college, what my coach did was he put me at tackle. When I first got in, he put me at tackle, and I was like, man, I'm a guard. He's like, no, you at tackle. I'm like, why you gonna put me at tackle? And then he put me at left tackle at that. I'm like, bro, it's left tackle. Hey, okay, go. That's what you playing. And my freshman year, I played left tackle. And I hated it. All right? Because left tackle, you're out there by yourself. You got to move your feet. You out there. It's really kind of lose-lose. Because if you know what the thing about playing left tackle is, what they do, if you have a speed rusher, he's getting a field. So you got to shuffle real quick. You got to be up, boom, hands up. You got to be up there. You got to shuffle. You got to be up there and that. But the thing about the speed rusher is this. If he beats you off the line, you're trying to catch up. You're trying to make up for the fact that he beat you off. And what happens is a lot of times once they beat you off the line and you're trying to shuffle to catch up, then he uses your own momentum with a club, boom, swim, boom, I'm right back inside. Right? So sometimes it's actually better, you know what I'm saying? It's actually better for me to, hey, let me stay in front, let me stand up. Either way, once you beat off the line, you're at his mercy if he knows what he's doing. And you don't. And what we saw yesterday multiple times was the offensive line was horrific that Shedeur was playing under. Facts. We cannot take that away that he was playing with less than stellar performers on the offensive line. But what that also means is this. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe. Make sure if you enjoyed the show, hit the like and subscribe. That also means this. Shedeur, you got to make your reads quicker. And if you saw the game before, last game where he played, the first game that he played against Carolina Panthers in the first preseason game, the one thing he kept asking for was, hey, I want to throw a deep ball. 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 I got to show this. I want to throw a deep ball. And even during the press conferences of the last few weeks, you kind of can see the pressure getting like, hey, I got to do something big. I got to do something special. I got to do this. I got to do that. You know what I'm saying? I got to make a big play. I got to make a big play. And even during those times when he said he got to make a big play, the problem is this, Shedeur. No, you at this point, the smart play is the best play. It's not the big play. It's 1, 2, 3, get the ball out your hands. Make the right reads. Don't press. He was pressing. Because he was trying to make a big play. If you know football and you paid attention to what was happening, he was pressing, trying to make the big play rather than just make the right play. Make the right read. Throw the ball, get it out your hands. We know you playing with lesser talents. The coaches know you playing with lesser talents. But what they're looking to see, are you going to make the right decisions? Are you going to do the right thing? Are you going to step up and deliver the ball? Make the read, get the ball out your hands on time. Anytime you're at an opposition, anytime you're at a disadvantage, the one thing you can hang your hat on is doing the right thing. Making the right reads, making the right decisions. Because even if you fail, you did the right thing. Yep, that's what we talk about just again. Shedeur. Stand there and make the right reads. We know the wide receivers wasn't getting open. We know the offensive line was trash. We know that he was calling different plays for them. They couldn't get the running game going. And the fact that players, this is what I learned with the Caitlin Clark situation, because people always talk about Caitlin Clark. This is what I learned about Caitlin Clark. Players get up for big name players. Especially if they're trying to prove something. Them guys was trying to make a team. They like, hey, how I can make a team? I can sack Shedeur, the biggest preseason story in the NFL. I get this sack, I'm on everybody's TV station. They might not know my name, but they see that big old number. Shedeur sacked. I caused a strip fumble. Those guys is out there giving it to him. So what do you lean on? You lean on what you've been taught. You lean on being disciplined. You lean on making the right decisions. And what Shedeur was trying to do was he was trying to press and make big plays. No, make the right play. He said they may get a shot, like because people don't understand. If Shedeur is sitting out to the practice squad, that means he's available for other teams that can poach him out to the practice squad. So he may get a shot to get on another team. Might be a blessing in disguise. Same thing with Shiloh. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a negative thing. It's a learning thing. Just a kid. Is that what you should do with the Sanders? It's not a negative. It's a learning. It's not a loss. It's only a loss if you don't learn from it. And truth be told, what Stefanski did, and y'all not gonna like it, but truth be told, what Stefanski did was, Stefanski got up there and said, okay, you pressing. A lot of people gonna say it's my play calling. A lot of people gonna say it's the offensive line because you're pressing. You're pressing. And your body language is trash. So, everybody kept saying, we kept saying, he's the fourth quarterback. We kept saying, you guys keep saying he's quarterback one, he should take over for Joe Flacco, that we should throw him in there. And we're going to show you, and let me show you. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it above. People said that Stefanski was wrong for not playing Shedeur the last 2 minutes. And I put on, the first thing I put on Twitter, why not let him finish the drive? Let him finish the half. It's 2 minutes. Let him do the 2-minute warning. And people was out there saying that Shedeur was getting ready to leave the field. He Shedeur wasn't leaving the field. He wasn't leaving the field. Let him finish the drive. What Stefanski did, this is crazy, because this is why we talking. What Stefanski did to Shedeur was he did this. He said, hey, all you guys online, all you guys that's pro Shedeur, all you guys saying is me, let me show you that it's not me. Hey, Snoop. Hey, man, you got the last 2 minutes. We gave him all the third. We gave him all the fourth. Snoop, you got the last 2 minutes. Go win the game. What Snoop did with the same line, the same wide receivers, all that, same plays, drove him down the field. And so we did give him a read option, and then he didn't get Shedeur that. Snoop drove him down the field for the field goal and the win. I mean, you guys can sit there and say what you want to, but Snoop took the team, the same guys that Shedeur had. Snoop sit and drove them down the field, making the right plays, and when they won the game. Hit that like and subscribe. If you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe. But see, this is not what the media is going to tell you. Like, they're not the other guys that are fans of Dion's, the guys, people, they're not going to sit there and be real and tell you the real situation was Shedeur didn't make the right decisions. He pressed. He allowed the opposition, just like his brother, to get in his head, and he went out there and made dumb decisions. And these are young men decisions. They're right. They're young guys. But at the same time, these are high stakes. Making the NFL is a high stakes game. These are high stakes that we're playing here. Thank you to everyone to X, man. Thank y'all to X. Y'all coming through. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Thank you, guys. Making the right decisions. Some people criticize you because you make the right decision. Oh, I would have went out there and tried to buy. I would have went out there and throw it through bombs. Just threw it up. You're trying to win. And this is the thing. And I'm going to use an analogy. But this is what happened to Shedeur. Shedeur got up there, and Shedeur was looking for the big play rather than settling down and making the right play. I was sitting in there and said, throw it away. Throw the ball away. Just throw it away. He's spinning, running, turning, and pirouetting and everything. Just throw the ball away. You lost 24 yards. Throw the ball away. Throw it out of bounds. Throw it at Stefanski and hit him in the face. Do whatever you're going to do, but don't sit up there and take a sack, a 24-yard loss, because that perpetuates, that gives credence to all the negative stereotypes or all the negative things that the scout said about you. He holds on to the ball too long. When he gets in the pocket, he doesn't have pocket awareness. He'll take big losses looking for the big play. All those things that you didn't show in the first game, you reverted back to it because of what? Some pressure. And as a starting quarterback, that's the worst thing. That's what they're looking for. How do you deal and what is your decision making under pressure? Stefanski put Snoopy in to prove a point. Anybody say anything different don't know football. He put Snoopy in to prove a point to say, hey, because Shedeur would have said, I asked him, could I get back in? He said, nah, we get the Snoop game. He gave it to Snoop to prove a point. You have a veteran that goes under there, same players, same thing, but he's making the right decision under pressure. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. And guess what? When you make the right reads, you make the right play, guess what you're doing? You're showing out. You're putting on the show for all of us that's been supporting you. Say, hey, man, he's the guy. You gave him third stringers, and he went out there, and he got it done. He made a cake out of crumbs. He made $1 out of 15 cents. You know the odds are stacked against you. You went from being a first round, day one pick to being a 5th round pick. You know that people were saying, hey, he doesn't have pocket awareness, he doesn't have the athleticism, and he doesn't have the arm. I told y'all that from the beginning. That was the reason. And they feel like he takes unnecessary beatings. And when you go out there and you go, what, 3 for 6 for 14 yards in the second half? With 5 sacks? We can't defend it. I mean, we can say, yeah, he had the bad this, he had that. No, we can't defend it, bro. You got to go out there and ball. Because these are quotes. Let me give you some of the quotes from the analysts. These are the quotes from the analysts. Shedeur, he takes unnecessary sacks. He never plays on time. He has horrible body language. He's entitled. Those are just some of the quotes that I wrote down that I got off of offline and doing the show prep. And when you watch the game, he was 3 for 6 for 14 yards, 5 sacks. So that gives credence to he takes unnecessary sacks. He was up there period and then running around and lost 20, had a loss of 24 yards. They say he never plays on time. You saw him on the bench plowing with his head down. His body language is horrible. Then after playing horrible at halftime, went to the coach and said, hey, I would like to finish the game. Do I think I should make the team? He's entitled. This isn't what King is saying. This is what the media is saying. This is what the naysayers. This is what the opposition is saying. So even though, hey, I'm young, I'm still learning, I'm learning the game, blah, 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 you got to fight against it and make right decisions. We all understood what Shedeur was doing. He was pressing because he felt like, hey, Dylan Gabriel went out there ball and scored a touchdown. I needed to at least score a touchdown too. I need to match that energy. But the situations was different, Shedeur. They put Dylan Gabriel in a better position to win. The way that you get through is you made the right decisions. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. And what Stefanski did was, Stefanski said, y'all, I already know. Stefanski already knew what the media is. I gotta remember, Stefanski is the coach of the year. Stefanski kind of knows what he's doing. Now, is he a great coach? He's a way. But, he's an offensive mind. He's a coach. Stefanski knew exactly what he was doing. He said, hey, we gave you a half. We're going to give Snoop a look. And then he could turn around and say, hey, we gave Snoop the look because it's only fair to him. He's on the team. He came and he's played well for us. And it is fair to Snoop to give Snoop that look at the end, too. Because you never know. Somebody see what Snoop does at the end of the game, and they may pick him up. I'm thinking the Cowboys could probably pick up Snoop if they cut him. But you got some people now saying that they should cut Shedeur and keep Snoop. I think it's ridiculous because you got a younger player with higher upside. Snoop about gonna be where Snoop gonna be. But there's some players that say, hey, you already got Dylan Gabriel has shown that he's a better. This is what they're saying in the media. This is not King. This is what they said in the media. They said Dylan Gabriel has shown that he's a better quarterback at the current moment than Shedeur Sanders. We're comfortable with grooming Dylan Gabriel to be the starter as our young quarterback. With Joe Flacco, we still got Kenny Pickett, but if we want to trade Kenny Pickett, we can have Snoop, so we have a veteran, a young guy. Something happened to the veteran, the young guy's choice. Then we got a solid veteran as a backup to the young guy again, which makes a lot of sense. You can't hate and say that don't make sense. That actually is that's very intelligent. But I would say, hey, you got two young quarterbacks that are great prospects for the future. You got two veteran quarterbacks. Keep it like it is. Give the kid a chance. But that's King. I'm neutral. I'm leaning more towards Shedeur. I like Shedeur. I kind of like Shedeur. I kind of see how the league's doing it. Especially when we had Eric Dickerson come out and say the league tried to collude against him. We're like, why? Like, what did he do? That's so bad that they colluding against him. That's crazy. I'm for the underdog. For the underdog. But this is what it is. But Shedeur, you gotta do the right thing. You gotta make the right decision. They asked Shedeur after the game. They asked him, did he think he should make the team? This is Shedeur's answer.
Last preseason game.
Everybody go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Last preseason game, how do you feel like it went?
Last preseason game, I'm happy because we got the win.
How do you feel about your performance personally?
Obviously, I feel like I can improve in a lot of areas. Like the same thing I said last time, walking off the field last game that I played in. And I'm just excited for the opportunity to get out there and play.
What's the biggest thing you've learned or taken away from training camp?
Biggest thing I learned, I would say connecting with my teammates, relationships, bonds with everybody. Yeah.
Couple days, 3 days until roster cutdowns. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like you belong here on this team?
obviously. I think overall as a player, I feel like I put in the work. I feel like everything I do, I try to do it to my best, and that's all I ask for. So I feel like everybody feels like, they should be on the team. And if you ask anybody on the team, would they feel like they belong, in their own eyes. So I feel like I do, but I'm my own player. I think about myself in a high regard.
Think about yourself in a high regard. People will say, hey, there's an entitlement. You see how all this stuff can be perpetuated to look negative because you have to make the right decisions. Even here, look at the chat. In the chat, what it said in the chat? He's not good. He has a massive fan base. That's it. If you honestly study his game, you will know this. Steven, he said, just a kid said he has a ton of pressure to perform and prove everyone wrong. I want to hear from you guys. I want you guys to call. You guys call me 478-569-6110. 478-569-61. Phone lines are open. And what do you think? Should Shedeur be? I'm torn. All right, I'm legitimately torn. Let me see. I'll give you the number. We'll get the number on here. If you guys want to talk, the phone lines are open. Go ahead, put it up. You guys can call the line 478-569-6110. If you guys want to speak and talk to me live on the air. 478-569-6110. I don't know. I just know Shedeur, you have to make better decisions in the pocket. And you gotta remember, y'all remember when Colin Cowherd was calling out Shedeur? He said, hey man, the reason why he dropped was because his decisions were bad. He's out here skipping certain team meetings, not showing up to prepare the team meetings. They already felt like he has an average arm. And he doesn't have overwhelming athleticism. These are all the things that they're saying negative about Shedeur. I remember Colin Cowherd just named all of them. He said, hey, man, he makes bad decisions in the pocket, holds on to the ball too long. Then he even brought up the fact he got the speeding ticket. That's another thing of bad decisions. He's young. All these things, these are the things that people are saying. And then you gotta go out there and look at the fact that Jackson Dark is out there blowing the game up. Like Jackson Dark out there to put the work in New York. New York is seriously considering benching Russell Wilson, and he didn't even play the game yet. For Jackson Dark. Yeah, they're strongly considering benching Russell Wilson. Like, but Russell, we love you. We signed you and everything. But we think we're gonna go Jackson. Jackson Dark is out here looking like he's the real deal. Cam Ward out there looking like the real deal. Now we say that Shedeur should be at least after those two. Now my boy struggled yesterday. Golly. My boy from Bama, John, he struggled yesterday. Yeah, he struggled. Jalen Miro struggled yesterday. That was tough. Even Show. Y'all talking about Show for New Orleans. Show for New Orleans scored 2 touchdowns. I read 2 touchdowns yesterday. What's up, 569-6110. Phone lines are open. 478-569-6110. We just gotta understand what's going on. Like, because right now, as it stands, Shedeur Sanders, I don't know. Just a kid said he's got raw talent. Just a kid. I understand what you're saying. He said he's got raw talent. And he's not going to develop as a 4th string quarterback. And that could be true. That could be true. But right now, it's like, is he going to make the team? And that's the question that people are asking. They cut Shiloh yesterday because Shiloh did something just ridiculously corny. Got himself ejected in the game. He need to go and play. And then you had Shedeur pressing so much where he went, God almighty, man, 3 for 6 for 14 yards. He had more negative play yards than he had passing yards. One play, he went 3 for 6 for 14 yards, and he had one play where he lost 24 yards off a scramble. 5 sacks. And this is the thing. If you made the right choice, you know, kind of step away from the hype. And just, he's shown that he can do it, right? He's shown that he's improved his footwork. He's shown that he's making better decisions. Excuse me. Thank you. He's showing he's making better decisions. Let his performance continue to talk for him, not his pedigree. And he got his own narrative. Once again, he can turn that L into a learning experience. I know some of y'all mad. Y'all like, oh, he digging. I'm not digging on Shedeur. I'm not. Kelly said, if Kelly Williams can make the cut, Shedeur can make a star position or second string. Caleb Williams is showing improvement. All right, so let's talk about that. Caleb Williams was the number 1 overall pick. All right, and we agree. Caleb Williams has been not very good, horrendous. But no, Caleb Williams kind of played all right last year. I think he ended up with like 20 touchdowns or something like that. Hold on, let me get Caleb Williams' numbers from last year. He was just on a poor team. And y'all Chicago fans kill me too, because y'all be AJ Reese can play poor all the time. Y'all still be like, she's Chicago Barbie. Caleb Williams, oh, get him out of here, trash. The Bears fans are different. Caleb Williams had 62%. He threw complete 62.5 completion percentage. He threw for 3,541 yards. He had 20 touchdowns and 6 interceptions with a quarterback rating of 87.8 as a rookie. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. He threw better than Lamar Jackson did his rookie season. It's not bad. He's just on a bad team. I actually think Caleb Williams is going to have a much better season this year. Not bad. But we're not hearing Caleb Williams out here in the streets getting tickets. We're not hearing that. You know, so Caleb Williams is doing something that not a lot of people can explain, or a lot of people can see what's going on. Let's see. Hold on. Let me show you. There it is right there. Take that up. So if you see here, and you look at the stats here, y'all see exactly what Caleb Williams is doing. Caleb Williams 62%. He didn't. Caleb Williams didn't have that bad of a year. Not that bad of a year. He could have been a little bit better. But he didn't have that bad of a year. Y'all act like he was just trash. He's a rookie. Now, he's not Jaden. He didn't do what Jaden Daniels did. I mean, he didn't do Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels had a phenomenal rookie year. That's an anomaly, though. What's the Jaden Daniels do again this year? Just Kid says, I didn't see the game. Well, Just Kid, what happened, he did get out there with the third teamers. He did kind of perform kind of poorly with the third teamers. He went out there, guys. It's probably not going to be on the team today or tomorrow. They'll probably be getting cut. And he didn't play very well. He was 3 for 6, 14 yards, had 5 sacks, including a 24-yard sack. He had another sack where it was almost a fumble but just so luckily his elbow hit the ground before the ball popped out. And he actually allowed the other team actually came back in the preseason game and put the Cleveland undefeated preseason streak at risk. So what Stefanski ended up doing was Stefanski came out and he took out Shedeur and he put in Snoop Huntley. Snoop Huntley took the team down and they kicked the game-winning field goal. Shedeur was upset and actually asked to go back in the game for the final drive. But we were kind of out. The first thing I was one of the first ones to be like, "Hey man, why put Shedeur back in the game?" I'm like, wait, let him finish it. Let him finish strong. You know? So he wanted to go back in the game, and he actually reported. Hold on, we got a clip. Play that clip. This is Shedeur on what happened and how he found out he wasn't in the game anymore. Play that.
Yeah, I didn't know I was out. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know. I was on the bike. I was powering up. I was powering up for that 2-minute drive because, that's just a situation every quarterback dreams for. That's many situations I've been in before, and I thought I was in. So then he told me I wasn't in, and I was like, okay.
So he thought he was in. He thought he was into the game. He thought he was able to play in the game, and they had taken him out in 2 minutes. And that's when he took the long walk, and people thought he was leaving. People actually thought he was pulling a Antonio Brown and walking off the field. And I was like, nah. I remember that. That's the walk that he does with his dad. He was resetting himself. I could tell he was trying to reset himself and say, okay, this is it. 2-minute drive. I can get this touchdown. He walked down, and that's the normal walk he has before the game that he has with his pops. He didn't have that. He was resetting himself. He's coming back down, walking down the field, and what happened? Stefanski said no. He has to get back in. No, we're going to get Snoop a chance. Snoop went down, took the team, won the game for the team. Last second field goal. A lot of players will say, oh, they didn't give they didn't give Shedeur the chance. They didn't give him a chance. He was there. And you would like to see him finish the game. I was the first one on X saying, hey, you got to give the kid a chance. Lex's driver says 2 things can be true at the same time. He was out there with teammates that probably won't make the team, so he was not set up to win, and he also played a bad game. And I agree. That's a perfect analogy. And I think this is the thing though. The problem with the Lexus is this too. Snoop got in and looked better. And we understand Snoop is a veteran. He's a veteran quarterback that's played for years. But Snoop got in and took the team down, and it looked better. And I think that's Stefanski's way to tell you that he's not there. He's not there yet. That's Stefanski's way to show Shedeur. And because for some reason the NFL is in this, we gotta humble this kid type situation. I don't know if it's because of Deion. I don't know. I just feel like the NFL is in a and the NFL has definitely been in a humble mode before. And we're gonna deal with that more with the next topic with Micah Parsons. But for some reason they feel like they have to humble Shedeur. You know? Just kidding, said, but true. But can Sanders really prove what he can do if he's not playing with the first team? I'm a Jets fan, unfortunately. Yeah, Lord, that is unfortunate. That's definitely unfortunate. But I think y'all gonna do better this year. I think y'all got a little light this year. Because I'm a Jets fan, unfortunately, so it doesn't matter to me either way. But I like to see him get a fair chance, and I think he will get a fair chance. Maybe not with the Browns, and maybe not this year. He said, I said, no, he's not. The Snoop is not a rookie. He's a veteran. But what it showed that, hey, Snoop has it shows, hey, the gravitas of understanding the situation. I'm going to put this veteran in with the same players that you had. and watch how he operates the offense. And what? Shedeur had 4 possessions, 4 maybe 5 possessions in the second half. The one possession Snoop had, the one possession he had, he looked better. He drove the team down, something Shedeur couldn't do in the previous 4 to 5 possessions that he had. They give you the business a kid from Brooklyn. He from Brooklyn. He said, "Just boy, I thought I was to meet Jesus before." Lessons, don't do it like that. I'll do it like that, Lessons. But that's what happened. And I think Stefanski was trying to prove a point. Henry Snoop has been there for 2 weeks, and he's a veteran. He's a veteran, and he had the same players, and he took them down the field and kicked the field goal. I just think at the end of the day, that's tough. It's tough. But then now you got people, some idiots out there saying, cut Shedeur and sign Snoop. They're happy with Gabriel. I ain't doing anything for me. Happy with Gabriel. Gabriel look tight. He look tough. Gabriel had a good showing again yesterday. That's 2 back-to-back good showings. That's 2 back-to-back decent showings. So he looked tough. But we're gonna see. I think Shedeur went out there. He pressed too much. He made really bad decisions. And sometimes when you're in the decisions, the best thing you have to lean on is your discipline, your training. And they tell us all the time, even when we used to play football, when you get adversity, that's when you have to lean on your discipline, your training, and keeping a cool head more than anything. When your back's against the wall, you got to lean on your training, your discipline, and make the right decision. Somebody says the Cowboys. I would not be mad at Jerry. Y'all know Jerry like headlines. Callie, you know Jerry likes headlines. So if Jerry goes out and Shedeur becomes available, I would not be surprised if Jerry swapped up Shedeur. But you immediately have a quarterback controversy because you have Dak and then you have Joe Milton III. That's already a quarterback. Y'all know that's my thing. Y'all see them boys. Y'all see them boys over there. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know that's my team. I know we about as bad as the Jets though. I mean, we said I'm a Cowboys fan. It's about as bad as kid from. Nah, we won 30 years. You know what I'm saying? It's been about 29 years, but we did win 3 after those 30 before those 30 years. Jets ain't been there in a while. You know, we at least been competitive the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying? We've been competitive. But if he came to the Cowboys, that would be interesting because Joe Milton. Listen, because I thought. After Joe Milton's performance last weekend, I was like, cut Joe Milton. I was saying trade for Shedeur. I was like, hey, give them a 5th-round pick. Get Joe Milton up out of here. I was calling Joe, and I'm a fan of Joe Milton. I'm a huge fan of Joe Milton. He has a cannon, but I was calling him overthrow Joe. Overthrow Joe. He could, you know what I'm saying? He was just throwing, it looked like he was just like, hey. They asked Joe, he said, Joe, why you throw the ball so hard? He said, if you think I throw the ball hard, you shouldn't be in the NFL. I was like, oh. Okay. You're like, we are the NFL. Did somebody say the Falcons? Wait a minute. They did not say that. They said, when they wake up the Falcons, for the Falcons to get, for him to go to the Falcons and play where his father started when they wake the Falcons up. The Falcons are looking, they feel like Michael Penix Jr. is their future. You could tell because they set down the $100 million man in Kirk Cousins. So you could tell the Falcons feel like they have something with Michael Penix Jr. They have the young core around him. Deshaun Robinson. You know, they have a nice young nucleus around Michael Penix Jr. And he did show some flashes last year. He did show some flashes. The issue with the Falcons is going to be their defense. I think their offense is going to be explosive. I think they're gonna be explosive. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if they get anything this year from they still got Agier. Man, I think the Falcons are gonna be okay. I think they're gonna be okay. Drake London, you know what I'm saying? So they got Drake London. They should be all right. They should be hopefully. We'll see. Hopefully. Ray McLeod, you know what I'm saying? Agnew, they got some players. But I think they're sold with Mooney, McLeod. They feel like they got a squad. Drake London. They're gonna see if Kyle Pitts can finally go out there and do something creative out here in this team. And then of course you got the dual running backs back there. The two-head with Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson. I think you're gonna see the Falcons really say, okay, we feel like they have a stout offense that can put some points up. We have to see how their offensive line does, if McGarry can hold up, because I think he's a left-hander, right? McGarry's the right tackle. So Pennis is left. He's a lefty. So McGarry's going to have to hold up on his side. We'll see if they can hold up. If their offensive line can hold up, they can make some noise. Jake Matthews on the other side. So they can make some noise. We'll see what happens to the Falcons. That's an interesting concept, and I agree that they could do that. But I think the Falcons have some issues. The Falcons feel like they have a young core that they want to see what Michael Penix Jr. does. I think their issue is going to be on defense. They really, really need an outside edge rusher. I know they got Leonard Floyd out there. I know they got the rookie that they drafted in the first round. I think they're gonna be fun. They're gonna be a fun team to watch. But where did y'all think Shedeur would land if he gets cut? What would y'all like to see? Somebody said they'd like to see him go to the Falcons. Somebody said the Cowboys. Where would y'all like if Shedeur gets cut today? Because they're cutting players. They got the tools to cut these teams. Now, a couple of hours ago, Stefanski came up and they asked Stefanski. We got this? Can we run this? All right, go do a screen. Let's show them this. This just is a couple of hours ago. They asked Stefanski about how does he feel about Shedeur Sanders, and this is what Stefanski had to say.
I don't concern myself with outside type of things, but I'm committed to his development, just like all of our rookies. So we'll continue to focus on getting our guys better, and that's what we'll stay committed to, and that's what's important to me. Obviously, I don't concern myself with outside type of things, but I'm committed to his development, just like all of our rookies. So we'll continue to focus on getting our guys better, and that's what we'll stay committed to, and that's what's important to me. Obviously,
so you hear Stefanski there, what he said as far as he's asserting himself with the outside type of things. He's worried about his development. He said he's committed to Shedeur's development just like all of his rookies. So still being impartial. You're not going to get a lot from Stefanski. He's still being impartial. You're not going to get a lot from him. It's just interesting to see what happens. Well, they got Joseph Shedeur Sanders. Lord Jesus, they give a shot. Not Shedeur, they give a Shiloh the business. Oh, they give a Shiloh the business right now. The people that hate it are giving the business right now. They got whenever you see this meme as a football player, whenever you see this meme as a football player, it's a problem. They say Shiloh waking up this morning but they ain't gonna let him in. They ain't gonna let him in. They say Shiloh waking up this morning, they ain't gonna let him in. But let me see that meme. That's tough. That's tough. cats, you know. Like I said, you have a lot of people that want to see these cats not make it. Not make it. And, you know, for those that don't know, once again, Shiloh has been cut by the, unfortunately, Shiloh has been cut by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's been waived. So it's interesting to see what his next journey is. Interesting. Let's go talk about my boys over here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got to get this time. Let's talk about my boys over here. Dallas Cowboys. And that's a Lakers helmet, because I know some people say that's LSU. It's not LSU. That's a Lakers helmet. That's a Lakers football helmet. Y'all know I'm a huge Lakers fan. You see all the pink and gold, that's a Lakers. Oh. Is it that? That's a Lakers helmet. That's not a LSU helmet. Y'all know we roll with that Tide all day. I got a Tide jersey and stuff. I will put up too. You know what I'm saying, on the screen. So listen, that's a Lakers. That's not a LSU. I know y'all looking like, oh, he LSU. No. That's Lakers. See that? That's Lakers. See, that's the Cowboys. That's the Cowboys there. And that's Lakers. And then, see that down there at the bottom? That's the Lakers too. Lakers. Lake Show. All right, let's go. All right, so let's go to the last one. Speaking of the Cowboys, a great segue. Micah Parsons. This joker. Micah Parsons is laid out. Fuck, if y'all didn't see, Micah Parsons during the game, last preseason game, was laid out, taking him on. Some said he was sleeping a nap. He said he wasn't. He wouldn't disrespect his team like that. But Micah Parsons was laid out on the table. Unfortunately. And y'all know a lot of things going on with Micah Parsons. And I mean a lot. Somebody said I really want to come play. Lakers fan, okay, it's Sunday, so I can forgive you too. I like to see him come to Buffalo. We need a backup quarterback real bad. Our coaches can work with him. Man, but Buffalo, he'll never get on the field. But Buffalo, y'all got Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a beast. Anywhere but the Saints or the Patriots, just because I hate those. Ramon, I didn't say that. Somebody else said, Lisa says he hate those things. I didn't say that. Now, the Patriots will probably not pick him up either because of Drake May. They all in on Drake May. And he said what he has been told, trained to say nothing more, nothing less. It's a waste of time listening to him. It's crazy. I like to see him come to the Buffalo. Boy, I really hate that for Shiloh, although was not convinced he would make the team before the fight. Lakers fan, okay. So we got everybody ready. I think the issue that I have with Shiloh is this. I think Shiloh will get picked up by another team. I actually think, I'm be honest with you, y'all gonna laugh when I say this. I think the Cowboys should pick up Shiloh. I really do. I think we need help at the safety position. And we need some physicality. Now, I think he gets lost a little bit during the pass, but I think Shiloh really has an opportunity to come to the Cowboys. Now, people talk about, we're going to get into Micah Parsons, but people talk about where a destination Shiloh could go. Now, I see Shiloh go to the Cowboys. I think that'll be a great pickup because we need help at the safety position. They need help with the safety. So I see Shiloh possibly going to the Cowboys. You heard it here first. If Jerry is smart, Jerry will go out there and sign Shiloh to the Cowboys. Because we need help at the safety position. So if I'm the GM, Jerry, Steven, if you're listening, go out there and sign Shiloh. He's been waived. Go out there and sign him. You can put him on the practice squad if you need to. Have him third string. I think he will fit good with the Cowboys. I think my honest opinion on Shiloh as a player is I think he's good at run enforcement, but sometimes he takes chances as a safety when he can get burnt as a safety. Now, don't get twisted. Now, during that game against TCU, he was whiffing like it. he missed a lot of. He fit the hole and missed a lot of tackles. He looked really, really bad in that game. I do. But for the most part, what I see the Shiloh is that he's a lot. He's a lot more physical than his dad was. Doesn't have the speed of his dad, but ordinary speed. But I think he does a good job of quarterbacking a team, and he does ball hawk pretty well. But not having the exceptional speed or height I think that's a blow to him. But I think he does a good job at run enforcement, and I also think he does a decent job at playing safety. I think he'll be a good player for the Cowboys, a good developmental player for the Cowboys, and we're looking to develop a safety. I'm not really high on the safeties that we have as the Cowboys at all, 0%. 0%. I'm not. Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson. I'm not high on them guys at all. I do like Marquise Bell though. Marquise Bell's nice. And Israel, but we don't know where we're gonna play Israel. Israel could be a nickel, or they could play him at the safety too. So, then they got one timers, but I still think bringing Shedeur would be a good look for them. I'm not a huge Malik Hooker fan at safety, or Donovan Wilson that either one. I don't like either one. But I think Shiloh. I'm sorry, I said Shedeur. Shiloh. I think Shiloh. He's decent at run reinforcement, meaning he'll come up and make a tackle. He'll come and hit you now. He'll come and hit you. I think he's really good at ball hawking, meaning if you throw the ball, he'll get the INT and try to take it back to the house and flex on you. He'll D on you in a second. Now I love that. I love his ball hawking skills. I just think sometimes because of his speed, covering ground is an issue. You know what I'm saying? But I think other than that, I think it's something that you can develop with experience, where you understand where to be and what positions and what spots to be. I'd like him to get picked up by the Cowboys. I like Shiloh to get picked up by the Cowboys. That's something I definitely would like. I don't think Shedeur will, because I think Shedeur, because they have Joe Milton III, and after the last preseason game, I think that solidified everybody being all in on Joe Milton. Which leads us to Micah Parsons. Now, y'all know Micah Parsons is in a negotiation battle. And this is the drama that keeps on giving. Now, we got 2 weeks. We got a week and a half. Not this Thursday, but next Thursday, September 4th. We got the Eagles at the house. Cowboys play the Eagles. Season opener, Thursday night football. Oh, man. Eagles get their rings that night. It's going to be on the bottom. They going to drop the bottom in front of, they going to drop the banner in front of the Cowboys. That's a game that we need you, Micah. We need you out there. Now, let's break it out what's happening. What's happening is Micah Parsons is wanting an extension. That would be crazy. He says, Shiloh, that would be crazy. That would be nice. Now, I see what you're trying to do, just a kid. I see what you're trying to do. I think you're trying to build right there. But let's get to it. Micah Parsons did a contractual negotiation with Jerry Jones. And both sides have been out, kind of playing this out in media and social media. Micah's playing it out in social media. Jerry Jones is playing it out in media. So you got traditional media. So they both go battling each other. This week we have Jerry Jones come out and make some very, very some legitimate accusations. If we can say legitimate accusations about Micah Parsons. And it kind of fit into the theme of what we're talking about. Do we have the Jerry video? Hold on. I think I have it. Let me see. I definitely have it. Hold on. I'm going to share it. Yeah, I got it. Now, here's the Jerry video. And then I'm not going to play the whole thing. But let me airdrop it to my laptop. I got it on this side. All right. So Micah Parsons comes out and says he wants to leave Dallas. He doesn't want to be a part of the Cowboys anymore. He says, hey, Jerry Jones tried to take advantage of him. That's the narrative that people paint. Jerry Jones tried to take advantage of Micah Parsons, the young 25-year-old Micah Parsons. That's what everybody keeps trying to say as the narrative. So Micah Parsons comes out with And I think we did a show on that. Micah Parsons came out and said, hey, Jerry Jones, we supposed to have a meeting, and we sat down and supposed to be on leadership, and all of a sudden it turns to a negotiation, and next thing I know, he says we have a deal, and I'm like, nah, you got to holler at my agent. You got to holler at my agent. So Jerry Jones goes on to Michael Irvin's podcast, and we can play that. I think we played that clip. He goes on Michael Irvin's podcast to clear the air and tell him his side of the story. And this is what Jerry Jones said.
I have agreed to give more money than has ever been given in terms of guaranteed money than anyone ever has as far as a defensive player. I've done that. Now, I am the cat that writes the check. Okay? Now, Mike has got 3 years with the Cowboys left. He's got 3 years. At some point, somebody has to have the say over the other. At some point, it has to be that way. My job is managing the check. Okay? Micah's got to do the playing. Where's the least important part of this whole equation we're talking about? What is the least incremental part of the whole equation? The attorney or the agent. Okay? He works for Micah. Okay? He's not the principal here in any way. In any way. They're in here to make their percentage. They're in here to basically, yes, advise Micah. Come over to the office and I'll show you exactly what I offered Micah. We got it in the back. It's with all written down, everything to go. Come down and look at that.
I'm going to get over there and see that.
Okay. You can sure look at it. You can sure absolutely look at it. Here's my entire point. Entire point. Who is it that basically says this is ultimately recognizing we're trying to come together for an agreement, but absolutely, who is it that can go with it? And so the facts are, I don't know that I've ever been around. I've never tried to buy anything. I've never tried to do anything that I actually was going to bring all of the services and somebody else was going to do all the money. But because the in-between guy wasn't exactly the guy that I had fit there, that kept you from doing the deal. Right. That's exactly what's happening here. So many times in this industry, you have a different agenda going on with agents. A different agenda. They're playing a game. You tell me, are agents incentivized to not only get the most for that player, but they're trying to get what? They're trying to get other players because they got a high agenda for that player.
Right.
That's their incentive. Okay. Attorneys, exactly the very same way. And as you know, I do a lot of business. I do a lot of business straight with the principals, not with the attorneys. I do my time when the deal gets done face to face with the principal, not with the attorneys.
Right.
Not with the agents.
Let me stop it there because we let it run for a little while. You see what Jerry's saying right now? You see what's going on and what Jerry's saying right now and how Jerry's talking and this. Now, I want you to hear this last end of it. I want you to hear the end of it. Fast forward to the end. This is what Jerry said. Listen.
Period. When we wanted to send the details to the agent told us to stick it up our ass.
Wait, now see, I was
just so you're clear.
Wait. What do you mean? So wait. What do you mean? Because people going to ask.
Mike and I talked, and then we were going to send it over to the agent. And we had our agreements on term, amount, guarantees, everything. We were going to send it over to the agent. And the agent said, don't bother because we've got all that to negotiate. Well, I'd already negotiated. I'd already moved off my mind in several areas. And so the issue, very frankly, is we've had the negotiation in my mind. And the agent's trying to get his nose in it right now and try to come in there and improve off the mark that we'd already said. It's the mama-daddy deal. You go into mama, and she won't do it. And she's the boss, so much. She won't do it. So you run into daddy, daddy says do it. And then you go back in and say, mama, daddy said it was all right. You say, oh, mama, daddy did. We've all been there and done that. Well, we've got this thing resolved in my mind for the Dallas Cowboys. And we've got it done. And if the agent wants to finish up the detail, which is should, and do all the paperwork, he can do that. And we're ready to go. But as far as the amount of money, the years, the guarantees, all of that, we negotiate.
He said it's over with. He said, Michael, in my mind, it's over with. I don't know what you're thinking about, but in my mind, it's a wrap. Like we already came to agreement in my mind. What you thinking about? And I was looking for the. I was looking for the other. He said I was just watching the interview that Stephen A. had with Jerry Jones. I was looking at that. Darren, I'm gonna come back to that. Darren, we'll come back. Stay over. Come back to your comment. I was looking at the situation that was happening, and I was saying, yo, that's crazy. I was like, that's crazy. And the way Jerry says it, it's kind of, because before, I think majority of the people were on Micah Parsons' side. Because when we saw what Michael was saying, everybody was like, yeah, Jerry Jerry has a habit of doing this over the years. He did it with Emmett. He did it with other players. He did it with Dak. He did it with CD. He did it. We were like, yeah, Jerry does get kind of slow-footed when it comes to giving the money. Right? And a lot of people feel like it's a conflict of interest of Jerry being a GM and being the owner. Because he does sign the checks. And if he doesn't like the negotiations, that can hinder him signing the checks. So a lot of us is legitimately on Micah Parsons' side and really siding with Micah and saying Micah's right in this situation. A lot of us is like that. But the issue comes in, once again, you got to do the right thing. Got to do the right thing. Because if you don't do the right thing, it becomes problematic. And Michael laying on the table and Jerry's on now, and let's be honest, Jerry's using this Micah. The crazy thing is this. Jerry's using this Micah Parsons thing to promote his Netflix. That's how crazy. Like, nobody's talking about the fact that Jerry's using this Micah Parsons negotiation to promote his Netflix film. Like, go check out the Netflix film of Jerry on Netflix. That's what Jerry's doing. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you know that Jerry is, without a doubt, one of the best promoters and businessmen of all time. Like, all time. He took the Cowboys, going with a debt for the Cowboys to their valuation now being what, $15 million, $16 million. Listen, Jerry is one of the most cerebral, one of the most shrewd businessmen of our time. Jerry's legitimately using Micah Parsons right now to promote his Netflix film. Like, everybody out there watch my Netflix film, and you'll understand. Like, literally, I had people say, "King, you'll understand why Jerry doing this." The Micah Parsons, if you go watch his Netflix film, I don't want to watch Jerry Jones' Netflix film other than the fact I'm a Cowboys fan. And I thought about, like, you know what? This is really great promotions. This is phenomenal promotion for Jerry's Netflix film. Phenomenal. And he's doing his media run now. That's why we see it. Y'all like, well, why are we seeing Jerry talk so much? Because he's doing the media run for the Netflix film. He's doing the media run for the Netflix film. And he's just throwing Micah Parsons. This is crazy. Like, this is actually one of the biggest juggling moments that we've had in sports. This is phenomenal. This is phenomenal. Y'all gotta give Jerry props for that. Jerry, nobody else. No, you gotta get. what you want. You gotta get Jerry Price for that because nobody ever really thought. Everybody's like, well, what's this going on? No, like what? Because I was thinking like, oh, he on Stephen A. He on Micah Irvin. He's running the gamut right now. It's a lot of Jerry. They're like, oh, he's promoting his new film. He's on the red carpet talking about, hey, it's all soap operas. Running the Cowboys is soap opera. He's promoting the new film, guys. And this is added on to the next legacy. This is added on. And I get why Micah Parsons feels some type of way, but at the same time, Micah Parsons, you gotta do the right thing. You gotta do the right thing. Because there's a couple of different ways to look at this. One, because I was telling Terrence and I was telling Ramon, I said, well, those are my guys. Y'all gonna meet Terrence and Ramon. Since Terrence real quick, we're gonna do a King Bo show and Terrence and not a King Joe, but a King Bo show. That's our sports show during the fall. We're gonna start the King Bo show up, and I lost a bet to Terrence, so Terrence will be hosting one of the King Bo show, and I have to just sit there and Green Bay paraphernalia. Oh God, I don't want to win. I don't want to do it. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep my word. I lost the wage, so I had to keep my word. But I was telling T, I said, listen, man. I said I was with Michael at first, but the more I hear Jerry talk, I'm starting to side with Jerry a little bit. And this is what Micah has had in its favor, that he's losing because he's not making good decisions. He's not doing the right thing. He's losing the fan base, and he's losing the he's losing the side of public opinion. He's losing the support of public opinion. Because initial support of public opinion is, why is Jerry doing this to Micah? But the more you hear Jerry talk, it's like, especially as capitalists. You know what I'm saying? The liberals will boy be like, all right, we gonna side with the young black man. But us, the middle conservative to the right, we like, all right, we see understand both sides. The business owners, we understand both sides. You see it, and I'm gonna give it to you. You got the young black man that's exceptional in his craft, and he's trying to get his. This is the narrative. He's trying to get his what he deserves from an older white man that has a slave in it. You know what I'm saying? That's what the media portrays it. It's this old white man, Jerry Jones, slave mentality. And that's the narrative the media has portrayed. He's stopping this black man from giving this money. So everybody in the media, everybody on both sides is going, yeah. But then you hear Micah say, hey, he took advantage of me. I went into a meeting about leadership, and all of a sudden we was in a negotiation, and he said we had a negotiation, and I want him, nah, man, he need to talk to my representation. So now you hear Stephen A. and all them saying, Michael's just 25. You don't know any better. You can't negotiate with a 25-year-old. And Jerry's looking at him and saying, hey, man, that's a grown man. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. Then you hear Jerry talk. Jerry said, hey, man, we negotiated. I came off a number that I wanted, and I acquiesced and went up. So that means that Micah, from Jerry's perspective, very well knew that they were negotiating. And what we have to say is this, and I tell you all the time, Micah Parsons reminds me a lot of Kyrie Irving. They're different brothers that march to their own, beat of their own drum, but they are very intelligent men. Very intelligent. They're a little quirky, but that's because they're intelligent, super intelligent. And Jerry Jones knew, and Michael Parsons knew that Jerry was trying to fill them out for what numbers. What about this? What about that? Now, according to some sources, we're trying to solidify the source. So we're gonna say allegedly. We're gonna say allegedly now until we can solidify. I don't like to, I don't like really telling them until I get the courses. I've heard 3 different numbers. I'm gonna tell you what I've heard. First, I heard it was 176 million. That Jerry jumped. Because Jerry keeps saying, I jumped. I jumped now. I went up. I jumped. But the latest is 5 years, $205 million, with 147 guaranteed. That'll mean he will be the highest paid player, higher than the highest paid defensive player, non-quarterback, making $41 million a year. Right? And Jerry Jones said in his own word. Now, this is the thing too. If Jerry Jones is lying, Micah Parsons can sue him for slander. Now, that might be not a great negotiation tactic, but that's what he can do. You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. That's what he can do. But Jerry Jones said, "Hey, we shook hands on it." We shook hands on 147 guaranteed, $205 million over 5 years. Those are alleged numbers. And what I heard was Micah Parsons came back and said, "It's not about the money, it's about the principle." Boy, you in the negotiations. You in the money negotiations. You better get your money. Jerry Jones, and that's what Jerry Jones was trying to say, and that's why I played the clip. Jerry Jones was like, "Hey, man, I'm good. I write the checks. You try to get the checks from me. You try to get, this is negotiation." And people act like Micah Parsons is entitled to get this money, and I'm looking at him like, yo, what job is that? Now, this is legitimately what Jerry Jones said, according to, who is this? According to multiple sources, Jerry Jones says Cowboys offer Parsons the highest guaranteed amount ever given to a defensive player, so it had to exceed over $123 million. The standoff is Parsons' agent rejected the offer, sparking it's a stalled negotiation and trade request from Parsons, citing a lack of agent involvement. Now think about this. And what's hurting Micah Parsons now is people was on the side, but Jerry's speaking, and people started to look at it from a capitalistic standpoint, and they're saying, "Hey, wait a minute." Jerry Jones said on Stephen A. Smith, if we can find the clip, look for us, see if we can find that clip. Jerry Jones said on Stephen A. Smith that Micah Parsons says, "Don't call me no more." Neither side are speaking. That man tried to pay you $200 million, bro. Now, I'm just asking, if it was you, now, if all those just listening, if I'm wrong in the chat, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know. If y'all want to call, y'all can call the number 407-859-6110. You guys can be a part of the show. Please hit that. If you want to be a part of the show, please hit that number. We'll definitely answer your call, let you be a part of the show. Chat thumbs up if you're wrong, if I'm right. But if somebody's trying to pay me $200 million, upwards of $200 million, $150 million guaranteed, I'm answering every phone call. Let's get this. If I really want to get it done, let's get this done. If it's really about the team, oh man, whatever. Hey, agent, y'all need to work, because the agent works for you. You don't work for the agent. And the truth be told, if y'all really, really think about this, if you really think about it, Jerry's trying to teach him how to get that business done. Jerry's looking at him, all right, let's make a thing. But they're trying to say Jerry's trying to make an example out of him. I don't look at it like that. I look at Jerry being the man and say, hey man to man, let's talk about what the numbers are. And then, hey, all the logistics, your agent can figure out the logistics. But let's agree in principle. He said I'm talking to the principal, meaning I'm talking to the actual person. This is how big boy businesses ran. When you go to business class 101, they say, hey man, the most business deals are done on the golf course or at the strip club. Why? Because they're comfortable interacting. It's a comfortable environment, and they can have a fun conversation in that environment. Business 101 in college. That's the first thing when I first got up there and said. Is it important to have representation there? Yes. But he's only a phone call away. This ain't like I gotta go landline. He could have just, hey, let me video call, let me FaceTime. He probably got iPhone. Micah probably, I don't know. Micah might be an Android man. But here, let me video call because he probably, yeah, you know. Let me FaceTime my agent real quick. Here we go. Hey, this is what Bill Jerry said. 205, 41 years. What you think? I like it. What needs to be parked? That's all you gotta do. Make a call. It's 2025. We're talking about $200 million. We ain't talking about $50. We ain't talking about 50,000. Who else you know that you could go to and you say, hey, I want $200 million. You go, I want you to sign my check for $200. You're talking to the guy that signs the check. That's a different type of entitlement. That's more entitlement than black women, and that's more entitlement than the left. When you tell the man that's trying to pay you $200 million, you know what, don't call me. Bro, I'm trying to pay you $200 million. Oh, we don't have any type of communication. What kind of entitlement is that? And everybody in the locker room was supporting Micah Parsons. And I'm sitting there saying, well, wait a minute. If he shook on the deal, then he had to like the numbers. If you shook on the deal, you got to like the numbers. So the numbers had to be like, ooh, okay. All right, cool. Oh, man, that's good. All right, well, we get these numbers, we get the things to the agent. And all the agent got to do is call and say, okay, well, Michael, you agreed to this. Can we change this? Can we change that? And now the negotiations is back and forth. And if I have to be, listen, man, it's $200 million. If I have to be the liaison in the negotiation between my agent and Jerry, I'm going to be the liaison. I'm sorry. Like, I know y'all might not want to be that. I understand y'all might think differently than me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, if I need to be the liaison between me and the guy signing the check, between my representative and the guy signing the check, I will be the liaison. Normally, it's the other way around. But that's not if that's not how the guy that signs the checks wants to do business, then guess what? I need to make the change. Because guess what? He ain't signing the checks. That's what he's trying to tell you guys. What are we doing right now? I'm trying to figure it out. That's just practical business. If somebody's going to give you $200 million, $50 million, $200 million. This man about to give you $200 million and you sit there and try to play around and be cute. I'll talk to my agent. And let me say something. And what's happening now is a lot more people started. I know the media, they want to say, well, Jerry, no, he was 25. He's a 25-year-old kid. They knew better. He knew better to do that than a 25-year-old kid. He's a 25-year-old black man. I know 25-year-old guys that's out here making multi-million-dollar decisions. Multi-million-dollar decisions. At 25. It's getting egregious because, listen, you have the owner, the boss. They're saying, hey, the deal is there if you want it. And you're sitting there saying, don't even talk to me. He's a billionaire, bro. They think different. They have a sense of entitlement too. He's the owner of your team. And people are supporting you. But the last thing you want to do, what you did, once again, make good decisions. Once again, do the right thing. What you did was you got up on a stage and you showed up your teammates. You got up there and you pouted and looked like a little baby pouting up there. And what has happened now is the perception of public opinion is starting to switch on you. Because they're hearing what Jerry is saying and saying, well, dog, if he was working a regular 9 to 5 and my boss called, I'm answering that all the time. Especially if he's trying to give me a raise. Especially if he's trying to give me $200 million. He would have had to call me. I would have been calling him. Jared. Jared, what's the problem? What's the problem, Jerry? Well, what's the issue? You don't like my agent? Hey, let me talk to him. Hey, buddy. Whatever needs to be done, let's get it done. All I gotta say. This really could be over. Jared, listen. The person that don't care, Michael tries to look like he don't care, but he cares. The person that really don't care, other than winning, is Jerry Jones. Because guess what? Jerry Jones got his money. Jerry Jones' family is secure. Right? Jerry Jones' family is secure. And I get it. I get what everybody's trying to say. Everybody say, hey, man, listen, it's about player having more control over their destiny. It's about this is about the old school against the new school. It's about all that. But at the end of the day, man, it's about, hey, while you're available to play, while you're able to play in the National Football League, it's about making the most money that you can while you're able to play in the National Football League. This is business. Stop getting emotions and business conflated. You want to win the most championships and have the most successful career while making the most money. And if you're saying, hey, I'm trying to feed my family, I'm trying to make sure my family has generational wealth, then you might want to talk to the man. Get your feelings out the way. Because you have the most to lose. Plus, it's the NFL, bro. And then let me say y'all something. Because people talk about, trading them and trading. Y'all don't think other coaches and other owners are seeing Micah Parsons? And y'all know, think about Shedeur. Y'all know they'll collude quick. Allegedly. Y'all know these owners will get together. You better ask Colin Kaepernick. And you'll be outed. You better ask Terrell Owens. Bro, they did it to Michael Jordan. What make you think they won't do it to Micah Parsons? Jerry Rice said, we don't want the last day show you. Jerry Rice said, we don't want the team to stay together no more. You got the greatest player of all time. You're like, man, we don't want them no more. Just won 3 championships back to back to back. And they're like, man, we want to move on. My representation said, hold out for another 5-10 million. Bro, you better get, all right. Gamble on yourself. Jerry already told you. He told you what his plan was. He like, hey, it don't make me know that he on the contract. They're trying to use contract to hold a man down. No, he's on the contract. That's what it is. If we take away contracts, then all this is going to hell in a handbasket. He said he's on the contract, then we got him for 2 years. And this is to stop. They negotiate. This is a part of the collective bargaining agreement. They already said that he was set up. Evolio, what you talking about? Tell me what you talking about. Explain what you're talking about in the chat. But this is crazy. Hey, go sit down and talk to the man. Somebody's going to have to, because the season starts in a week and a half. And we got the Eagles. We need to be ready. Trying to figure this out. Well, they already said he was set up. And terror on the Saints is terrible, so get out of here with that. What you talking about? Show me what you're talking about. Micah Parsons is, hey, the more we hear, the more this is playing out, the more it does. And then, Michael, this doesn't look good, too, from a team perspective, because all the guys on Cowboys so far have 5-year back. As a leader of the franchise, a leader of the locker room. Now, we're hearing some, because in the preseason finale, Parsons was seen lying on the training table during the game. It sparked some backlash. Coach Schottenheimer said that he plans to deal with it internally, address it internally, because it didn't look good. He wasn't happy about it. That's the most hard. Real talk. That's the most. They said try to keep some players out of the preseason. I mean, out of camp because of But real talk, that's one of the strongest statements Shotty's made since he's been the new coach. A couple of fan reactions we had. I also think he's acting like a spoiled, pouting baby. He needs to grow the F up, man. That's what one person said. Another person said, pay the man. So it's torn, but you're starting to see more and more people starting to side a little bit more with Jerry, especially during this Jerry promotional tour for his Netflix special. Another person said, Parsons must show professionalism, engage constructively with leadership, respect teammates, and separate contract frustrations from team unity. Avoid letting entitlement overshadow his leadership. Because y'all remember, they was talking about making Parsons a captain this year, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just saying, from my perspective, it's crazy because I'm looking at it like, yo, Micah, MP 11. You got to get out here and make a right decision. Now, unless he got some info or some tape or whatever that he can put back on Jerry right now, this thing looks like Jerry's running away with. And Jerry done told you, I'm a master negotiator. Master manipulator. This is their first time. And guess what? Jared will get rid of you. Don't get it twisted. Jared, he said that he's locked in. And Michael, you're 25. You can't. You're talking about 3 years, bro. So you'll be 28. Now we ain't even talking about the financials of it. But we talk financially, the financials of it is even crazier. Because this is the thing. This year, Micah Parsons is set to make about $24 million for the year. Right? According to my research, he's said to make about $24 million this year. Now, what he's asking for is at least to be the highest paid. So that's at least $40 million. $40 million a year. So let's say $41 million. So you're talking $17 million. So him not taking the deal, he's gonna lose $17 million this year off the rip. So off the rip, he's already in the whole $17 million. Because if he plays on the current contract, which Jerry's trying to say, hey man, you can play on the current contract, but you on the contract for 3 years. So he stands to lose $17 million this year by not signing the contract. Now, if he holds out, this is just numbers. This ain't nothing else but numbers. If he holds out and doesn't play, he loses $1 million a game. So if he doesn't play against the Eagles, that's $18 million he's lost. He doesn't play the next game, that's $19 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just going on. He's losing money. That's not what we're here to do, Michael. So when you think about that, you hear the media talk about, the media just want to keep the drama going because it's good for TV. It's good for my ratings. I love it. It gives me content. But if you really think about it, do the right thing, Michael. Do the right thing, man. Get out your feelings, get out your emotions. Don't be like Shiloh. Shiloh is in his emotions and got cut. Don't do like Shedeur. Shedeur is in his emotions and didn't make the right reads, the right plays. Michael, don't do like the rest of your emotions and you making mistakes like this. Land on the injury, that's horrible, man. That's the injury table, man. You know what that symbolizes? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's really crazy. That's crazy. Thank you guys so much. Three different flashpoints. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys so much for being a part and watching the King and Joe show. You got 3 different flashpoints. But even with the 3 different flashpoints, you have the same solution. Take the high road, own your mistakes, rebuild your reputation, do the right thing. With Shiloh, you gotta own it. It's not the end of the world. Shedeur, you gotta prove it. Micah, you gotta lead well. Y'all let me know. Which of these stories resonates with you? Drop your comments below. Let's talk accountability, growth, character in the NFL. And that's what we're talking about. We're rooting for all these players to have a great season as we start this NFL season. And man, it's going to be a exciting season. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for joining me today. It's been a blast. Man. We'll probably come back tonight. We'll come back tonight after the game. Indiana plays the Lynx. We'll talk some WNBA. Hey, y'all know the WNBA been kind of losing players. I mean, losing fans. Everybody been watching that? And Stephanie said something about, hey man, where's everybody? That was the most empty seats I've seen in Indiana since Caitlin. BC. before Caitlin. And then y'all plays the Mystics tonight. We heard good news about Caitlin. As a matter of fact, we'll talk about that also tonight. But she may be ramping up. She did her first kind of drills. She may be ramping up to coming back. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? Agree or disagree? Let me know. I appreciate you for your time. I appreciate you for sitting with me. 2 hours today. We will be back tonight. Thank you guys for all the well wishes and thank you for the love to my family. I love each and every one of you guys. She said, I can't do the WNBA thing. You know, woman just can't. Listen, man. I know a lot of women feel like that. Some of the women. Thank you, Lexus. Thank you so much. And guys, if you haven't, please, if you don't feel remiss to hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and help out the channel, help the algorithm. We thank you guys so much for your time. Listen, go for your goals. Always go for your goals. Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop. Make the right decisions. Do the right play. Thank you for spending this evening with me. This Sunday. I love you guys so much. You changed my life. You guys, be blessed.
The King Joe Sports Show, where sports and truth collide. Thanks for watching the King Joe Sports Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and go for your goals map, because success looks good on you.